Buenos días, amigos! Это четвертый выпуск рубрики Bar Skills Top Secret в рамках бартендерского Бакарди Мартини. С вами Виталий Колпин, и мы в Барселоне. Сегодня мы отправимся в легендарный бар Boadas Cocktails и познакомимся с head-бартендером этого бара Adal Márquez. И будем разбираться, что такое техника throwing, зачем, как она работает, где ее использовать, откуда она пришла и где она может нам пригодиться.
Buen día, Adal.
Buen día, Vitaly. Bienvenido.
Muchas gracias por tu tiempo. Thank you very much really for your time, and I'm happy to be here because I'm already very excited. We spoke with you a lot already, and this historical, fantastic place. So we have a couple of questions for you. Could you tell us a bit about the history of this bar?
Oh, you are in the
I know it's more than 5-10 hours. Just maybe.
We'll try to resume a little bit. Yeah, well, this bar was founded by Miguel Boadas. Miguel Boadas was the pupil of Constante Rivadavia. He was born in Cuba and he learned how to make cocktails in La Floridita. When La Floridita, the actual La Floridita, when La Floridita was called the silver pineapple in the very old times, before called La Florida, imagine. So then he learned about throwing with Constante Rivadavia with this kind of shaker. So this is a Cuban shaker, it's 70 years old Cuban shaker.
It's originally
yes,
Cuban shaker.
This is the original Cuban
also
shaker.
they 70 years old.
70 years old. This shaker was used by all the barmans from the history of Boadas. By Miguel Boadas, by Maria Dolores Boadas, by Jerónimo Vaquero, but our team, and now by me. So it's our tool.
Nice.
So the difference is quite to the Boston shaker is quite different because the Boston shaker gets inside the other one. This one that you saw is just a little bit. So this is the shaker they used to throw in Cuba. So they shake with ice, then they put out the ice, and they shake from shaker to shaker, just for make more fun, to make more homogenic the mix.
It was for some special drink or alcohol?
They use normally just for the piña colada. Use it for the piña colada, sometimes for the daiquiri, but they use more for show, more for the fun, than for really make a smooth cocktail and all of this. Then Miguel comes to here to Barcelona, and he opened the bar in 1933, 85 years ago. So imagine with him, he makes a close friendship with Ernest Hemingway in Cuba. That's the reason Hemingway comes to drink here. He was a lot of time drinking here with Miguel Boadas, and with Hemingway comes a lot of artists. Comes Salvador Dalí, Pablo Picasso, Joan Miró, you can name Xavier Cugat, the pianist of Al Capone. Antonio Machín wrote and songs a song for the owner, for Maria Dolores Boadas, called Camarera de mi Amor, and a famous bolero was invented for Maria Dolores. So Kevin Costner, Frank Sinatra, Wagner, imagine this is very historic place. Poets like Federico García Lorca or like Pablo Neruda, or writers like Vázquez Montalbán. So this is a very, very, very historic place.
Yeah, that's true.
It was created as an American bar. Miguel Boadas never says this is a cocktail bar. He always says this is an American bar. It's a real American bar. And this is the place. It has a little bit triangle, wooden triangle, with full of pictures that you saw of famous historic places. And we're still alive. We continue creating. We continue in the war, in the fight. And last year we received the prize from Tales of the Cocktail of one of the 10 best teams in the world. So we are still alive after 85 years, and we try to still. And well, speaking about the throwing again, the difference between the throwing, the Cuban throwing, and the technique of Boadas, and the technique that make us famous. And we are the cradle of the throwing, because Miguel Boadas, when he comes here, he thinks, what happens if I take a crystal, shake a mixing glass, and I put ice, and I put a strainer, and I mix from a glass to a glass with the ice, just for free, and to the short ones, to dry martini, to Negroni. We serve the Negroni in a cocktail glass without ice, with the sherry. So we make different things like the cocktail glass, because it was the idea of Miguel, and he was clever. He was clever because I will show you then later, and you will show that you have a smooth dry martini with more ABV, but more smooth in the tongue, very smooth in the tongue. And that's the reason everyone throws now, because during 70 years, Maria Dolores Boadas was Maria Dolores is the lady that is the daughter of the founder. She was an incredible lady, imagine 50 years bartending. She started when the ladies cannot enter in the bars. He says to Miguel, I want to bartending. And
This moment also was in Spain. The
No.
ladies cannot come in bars.
it was forbidden. It was forbidden, and they were like bad ladies. The ladies that entered in the bars were bad ladies,
Okay.
very bad ladies. So they call the ladies that smoke in these times in the 50s here, or the ladies that say you without respect, something like this. This is a very rare times for the ladies, the 40s, the 50s. So she wanted to bartending, and Miguel said, never, you're a lady, you cannot. And she was. Every day I will. At the end, she starts here with 14 years. With 14 years, she started working here, and she rules the bar during along 50 years. Absolutely incredible. She retires with 50 or 60. She retires with 78 years. So imagine working until the end here. And now the son of Maria Dolores is the third generation. It's my boss, my master, and who will teach me how to make everything. It's incredible, this place. Imagine, it was the creative museum of Barcelona 4 years ago. So we were in a museum.
So, and one question. So we speak more about techniques. I would like to speak with you more and more about history. I love history very much. Yeah, I love it. And we just wanted to ask you a couple of questions about the techniques. Yeah. So this technique came actually from Cuba.
Yes.
Why it was great there?
Actually, we don't know. We know when Miguel started to work in La Florida, they was making throwing for them, but no one knows who was the first to throw the piña colada. And in La Florida, of course, we have ideas because Jared Brown, the historic writer of cocktails, he was making the history of the throwing, and he starts in China. In China, 6,000 years ago, making for meals, so for some kind of meals and for some. And the Aztecs in Mexico made it for chocolate. They made from a jar to another jar for making the chocolate. So we can go 6,000 years ago for the throw, but application of the throw in cocktails, we start with Jerry Thomas with the Blue Blazer, but the Blue Blazer was not a real throw, was just show. It's where because you saw the bar, the fire, the wood fire, and that's all. But in fact, was not changed inside the cocktail. When I think the first step when the cocktail changed, a concept technique was in La Florida, because they apply to the daiquiri or they apply to the absolutely to the piña colada, and they get a most dense cocktail with more foam. We use a lot for the Alexander. And we make the Alexander and then we throw, and then we get a very nice Alexander with a lot of foam and a very solid foam because you add oxygen to the mix. But the actual technique that we use more for the shorts in the glass, in the mixing glass. It's quite different. It's absolutely different because here you don't use ice, and here you use the ice. So here you don't add water, you only add oxygen, and here you add water and you add oxygen.
So that's why you use only for shaking and then for throwing, yeah?
Of course. You shake, then you take it out, the ice, and you throw without ice. Without ice, because if you get the ice inside, you get water in cocktail. More water because you what's shaking the cocktail. So you need to make it in 2 steps. Here is only 1 step. Here is only just to throw, and you have the cocktail.
The main idea of this technique was to bring some oxygen inside to make it more foam, yeah?
No,
this way,
here
or?
in this case to make a smooth cocktail, to take a smooth cocktail with less water inside.
So it wasn't for the show. It was idea inside. Well, it was the first idea inside, and then it's already kind of show, yeah?
You can try it, then you try the dry martini.
I tried already.
You want to try the dry martini? I make it now. Or the dry martini, when you take it this way, is absolutely different. If you stir, if you add more water, and you have, and it's inverse, because if you stir, you add more water, but you have less ABV. You have less strong, but in your tongue, it's stronger. When you take the dry, it's hard. It's a hard dry martini. When you throw the dry martini, it's a smooth dry martini. It's incredible because it's a little bit warmest, it's a little bit warmer than if you stir, but you feel it's smooth. It's not so hard like the stir, because you add the oxygen in the mix. When you separate the molecules and the molecules stir again, you have a smooth cocktail. It's like when you make chocolate. If you make chocolate and you don't throw the chocolate, you don't have a nice chocolate. Oxygen is very, and you will show when I throw, I throw to this part of the glass, and it appears a little foam. Instead with the dry martini, it appears a little foam, but the foam was 1 second of foam, and then disappears, the oxygen. And then you try the dry and you say, it's incredible. And when you get custom of it, you don't like in the other way. You will show. This is the reason that we have customers coming here from 70 years ago, the same customer. And lots of customers. If we have the opportunity and we can film a little bit with the open bar, we will show people here from 12 o'clock in the morning taking dry martinis and people with 80 years, and they can say, no, I come here from 60 years ago, I'm coming here from 55 years ago, every day. No, it's crazy. And they fill the bar. This bar is not ours, it's from there. The enter here is his bar, his place, and they feel like they are at home, more than at home.
I cannot stop to listen to stories because full of bar history, but it starts 33. Now it's 2018.
Yes.
So it's a big success of the bar. Still a lot of customers. I saw it yesterday. What do you think what is the secret? What is the top secret of this bar?
I think to get honest and to be in the same way always, so that you know that the cocktails change, the modes change, the times change. Everyone open different bars, different kind of bar, and the bar have 7 years, 10 years of life, and then they die because they are in the modes maybe. This bar opens with the philosophy, and we're still in the same philosophy. Actually the same. We have better times, we have worse times, but we still open. Because the people, you make a good dry martini, you make a good Negroni, a good Manhattan, and you're still making good all your life. At the end, you will have customers all your life. That we don't are scared to do the cocktails. We make porn star martinis, and we made all the cocktails we want, but we preserve our identity, and we try to don't get in the line of the modes. So we don't have dry eyes, we don't have specifications. We know how to make because I need to know. We're going to go to master classes, so you need to know. But this is not the place for this. And I think this is that we respect our heritage, and this is the reason why still open like the Harris Bar, like the La Floridita, or La Bodeguita, or like the Soweto. We are in the same line, we are historic places, and we make historic cocktails. We have 961 cocktails for the house. So imagine 85 years creating, it's crazy. We changed the cocktail of the day, then you will film if you want the place where we put the cocktail of the day. We change this cocktail every day. So you cannot take the cocktail of today in 3 years and a half. Because we need to change, that's the reason. And they create a lot. Miguel Boadas and Maria Dolores creates a lot. And Jerónimo creates a lot, and I create a lot, and everyone creates a lot. And
it's another level of management and everything. It's
great.
When the bar have such a good history and such a different history, I think also create everything in a different way.
Of course. The most of our cocktail of the day are a third and a third and a third. We are very classics in design, and we respect the 4 A's, no? Sweet, sour, strong. And that's the idea.
Buenísimo. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
So,
we speak about throwing.
I think it's time to
throw.
Yeah?
Cheers. So, I will teach you, I will show you how I learned, how I studied to make the real throw, and I throw. First step, you need to mix the glasses, okay? And you need a strainer, you need ice, and never try with water, because water don't have density. If you try with water, you get wet and you don't make the throw. So, to start, I highly recommend that you start with triple sec, because it's more density, triple sec or gin, cold gin. So, we start with the triple sec, use a cheap triple sec, we use this one from Train. Okay, then if you want to get some color to show your mistakes, you can add a little bit of blue curacao, or you can try for the first step. Don't try to make as long as you can in the first step, because you need to know how the liquid have the behavior of the liquid. So you need to first take this glass, only this glass, this one no, this one you take just for the move, and only move this hand. And you try, you to the center of the glass, and you get high a little bit, and you get down, and you repeat again. And trying to make as longer as you can, but only this hand. To control first this hand. When you have the control of this hand, you need to go as long as you can all the time to control, to know how the liquids ask to your work. And when you have this control, you make the other part, the inverse. So you don't move this one, and you only move your left hand. So you put like this, and now this one goes, and you only move the left one. And go down and up. Again. And up. Practice a lot, down and up. You can practice in the bath with tomato juice if you want, and you saw all the mistakes. When you have these two movements, the first one and the second one correctly learned, you can try to mix the movement. So you need to get a little bit of impulse with this hand, and to get this one down and up, to receive and to put again in the other side. Like this, you put both hands, down, again. Again. It's very important. Now we go to the importance of the left glass. You never go with the liquid to this part, because if you go to this part, you don't have the foam, you don't make the oxygen. You need to go like cedar to this part in a 45 degrees, and the liquid must crush here. Okay, so at the end, the movement be like this. So, but faster and stronger. When you've got it, as strong you can go as longer you make it, more oxygen you have to mix. Okay, and always you saw this little form that disappears. This is the oxygen. This is what you need to become, and then it disappears, and you have a more oxygenated cocktail with less water inside, but smooth in the top. And this is our technique. Okay, so for the hands, you need to have, you need to be comfortable with your hands. And the correct way is to put the glasses in this part that you use to get out the liquid. Well, we use to put the strainer. Okay, so we use this, we take the strainer here, and our fingers only grab the strainer without making force. You don't get hard. It's very smooth. The force you make in these fingers to take the glass. So this is smooth. This is just for take it, and you grab nice the glass. The other hand, you take the glass by the bottom part. You can put your finger to take it, to be sure that don't go to the floor. It's usually to go to the floor because it's wet, because the cold. But when you are a good thrower, you need to put out the finger to get more longer. Okay, so the first steps, take with the finger, grab it with the finger here, and we try. It's very nice too. And the fingers preserve the crush. Then, when you are very trained, you only take by the as low as the bottom part you can, and then you throw and again. It's important, if you can, with the training, you saw that the first steps, when you make the throw, the liquid goes in a line, but if you apply the force, if you apply the good force, you will show a curve in the throwing. This is the best throw you can make, with a little bit of force with this hand, and you make a curve in the air. If you can do that, you get the best throw in the world. The difference is like this. So, okay, so now we speak about the difference. So between the classic Cuban throw that Miguel knows in La Floridita with Constante Rivalagua. Constante was who teach Miguel Boadas how to make the throw between shaker and shaker with the Cuban shaker. So we make with an Alexander, the classic cocktail. We make the gin Alexander, the Alexander no one, and it's a classic cocktail that needs foam. As more foam you've got, better Alexander you've got. So we'll try. We start to freeze the glass, of course. You know, everyone knows this. No? You need to freeze the glass because the difference of temperature can crash your foam. So, this is it, and you got it. Okay? And now we make the Alexander. To make the Alexander, we use the Cuban shaker with chocolate. As everyone knows, chocolate liqueur, nice one. As you can show, we don't use jiggers in Boadas because Boadas is when he started here in 1933. They don't have jiggers, and they work without jiggers at the American style, from the 30s, from the 40s, and we're still preserving this kind of work. So we don't use jiggers. I'm sure so much people speak about that and say, and how you know how to make a nice cocktail without the jigger. I mean, it's a question of training, and of course, imagine the best food you ever feed in your life is the food of your grandmother. If your grandmother don't use measurements, if your mother knows how many people you shake a nice Alexander, it's best to use this kind of shaking. All style shaking, it is a long movement. As long as you have to make a movement, you get more flow. Because you are more oxygen to the mix. When you've got it, this is the part that they make in Cuba, and we change into the mixing glasses. They take out the ice. Now, we put the cocktail here. All the ice out. Without the strainer. Clean the shaker because it's wet and can be dangerous. And now you throw from shaker to shaker, same technique. You try to shake in this point in 45 degrees to make more foam. You will sew the foam like this, and you will know how to grow now the foam. We need to grow the foam. This is the technique that Miguel learns in Havana. As you can show now, I show you the foam, and you will show how it grows. And you know, now it's in the top. We make a few times more. And now we can do more because you go out of the shaker. Now, oh, sorry. And now we have a nice Alexander. You saw that the foam was grow a lot. And now you serve to see the style of foam you get when you throw. And you saw it's all is foam because you add oxygen to the mix. It's a very solid foam. Now you give a few seconds to rest, and then we add more. You will show the foam growing. Okay, so you let a little bit of rest to the foam. Always when you work with foam, with the piña colada, with the Alexander, as more rest you give to the foam, more solid it becomes. I know. Working with the bar full is impossible to wait a little bit to rest, but just 10-15 seconds to get a little bit, and then you add more, and you go solid foam. You add the cinnamon, and you have the classic Alexander in the Boadas way, with the throw of Cuban throw, and in a Cuban shaker, in a real Cuban shaker. So, Vitaly, try it.
Okay, while we will continue to mix, I will taste this one, okay?
Okay.
That's my actually Catalonian breakfast.
Yes, this is the best Catalan. And in the past, we make millions of Alexander. It's very famous in Boadas, the Boadas Alexander. And the people, I don't know why, the customers call Alexandra. Alexandra in feminine. I don't know why. But here everyone comes, one Alexandra. And it doesn't exist, but maybe because Maria Dolores was a lady and they changed the name for Maria Dolores. But it's a question of oxygen.
Buenísimo. Muchísimas gracias.
My pleasure.
Muchísimas gracias. Yeah, it's like a croissant in the morning, yeah?
Yes, of course, you need the croissant. So, now we'll show you how we make the Gran Martini, the cocktail that Miguel Boadas invented this technique, the different technique from the Cuban throw. This is the Boadas technique, the real Boadas technique, the real throw of Boadas, and the technique that we make that make us famous in the world. So the first step, you need to have a freezed glass put ices, the strainer, put out all the water outside. I know you know how to make a dry martini, but we take all the steps. And you can use, I use a bitter from my own, but you don't need to use, with the Noile Prat is enough. But then we use a dry vermouth, Noile Prat. We prefer Noile Prat in Boadas, but you can use your own. Then we put out to the other glass, we aromatize the glass too, and everything out. Everything out, and just gin. Cold gin. Use a nice gin, and use, if you can, a gin like Star of Bombay. Have more ABV is better for the dry martini because you add water to the mix. At the end, a dry martini is just water and gin. So you need to use a nice gin, if you can, with a good ABV. Okay. Now we make the throw, or throw, water throw. Okay. We add oxygen to the mix. Everything is there. As long as you make it, remember, you can make it longer. As long as you make, you've got more oxygenated dry martini. That's the reason we make longer throws. Remember to add a little bit of stirring to the curve. And then if you want, you can take your own technique. You can go by the back, or you can make it more curved like this. This is at your own. When you have the smell in your knife and you feel like this, when it's similar to a silver bullet, this is the real name of the dry martini, a silver bullet. You need to be a little bit silver. Now, Vitaly, for you and for me, we take dry martini and we take in a special glass. For you, Vitaly, I give you our last glass from 1933, handmade by the crystal maker from Barcelona. And for me, a glass from the 40s. For you from the 33, you need to take care of it. And we serve our dry martini. As you saw, we don't use the jiggers, and it's perfect. This is our technique. This is that we become famous because we calculate the water and all of this, and sometimes the customer get very impressed. And we have it for drink. You can take with your hands. You need to kiss the glass first. In Boadas, all the glasses are to the top because it's a tradition invented by Maria Dolores Boadas. She full all the glasses, and you need to kiss the glass. And she called is the reverence for the cocktail. You need a reverence for the dry martini. So we'll make the reverence, and then you can cheer. Enjoy. Right, Vitaly. Okay, so now we go for the final step. We talk about Jerry Thomas. We speak about the blue blazer. The blazer. Now we make something similar to the blazer. We are just heating the jars first. I use David Womble jars. He makes for historic things, and I buy them and I try to make the blazer. The blue blazer, in this case, the blazer is not a nice cocktail at the end because it's quite strong and not so good flavor. But it's very nice for the show. When you saw a blazer, everyone goes, "Oh my God!" And it's a nice point to train with the throat because you get scared with the fire. So you need to be exactly and very take a lot of care. So to the blazer, I highly recommend to start slowly. But when you have the mastering of, you can do it like if you have no fire. So it's very impressive. The results are not so good because you are just burning alcohol, you are burning speed, so you don't have oxygen in this mix. You only have a show, and you burn a little bit of the high proof of the. In this case, I just only using absinthe and green chartreuse and Star of Bombay. This is what we have inside. But usually the blue blazer is made, with bourbon, with the high proof bourbon. But for sure, I think it's nice any alcohol you want. But if you can show, I'm not making nothing to the cocktail, it's burning alcohol, And show. The show is nice. It's very nice. The people love to see this. But this is a quite different kind of throw. Or throw, the Boadas technique, or the throw from piña colada or from tequila. You add oxygen to the mix and you affect the flavor. Here, you affect the flavor a little bit because you're less the alcohol, but it's not throw. Really. It's another kind of thing. It's just show. Okay? So this is our razor. And you have all the techniques. We show the Cuban throw, we show the Boadas technique, and we show the blue laser.
So while we are finishing your breakfast, yes, so
Or nice breakfast. What do you want more? It's a start from May with our magic pitcher and a little bit of another crunch. It's the best.
yeah, good breakfast. So I wanted to ask a couple more questions, okay? It will be fast questions,
Of course.
yeah, like a blitz, and just answer. So they,
The first I have in my brain. Okay.
yeah, I don't want to break your brain, but at the same time, it's yeah, okay, just answer. That's all, okay?
Which one?
So ready?
Already.
Ready, study?
I think.
Okay, let's go. Olive or onion?
Olive.
Shake or stir?
Shake.
Classic martini or Negroni?
Oh my god. This is classic martini.
Shaker throwing.
Throw it.
Okay, vodka or gin?
Gin.
Tapas or sushi?
Oh my god, tapas.
Dry martini or Manhattan?
Dry martini.
Bicycle or car?
Bicycle.
Bicycle, right? Mountains or sea?
See.
Daiquiri or mojito?
Daiquiri.
Yeah. Dry martini or coffee martini?
Dry martini.
Because your martini is always coffee, yeah?
Yes. Nice.
Theater or rock concert?
Ooh, rock concert.
Rock concert? 50 years behind the bar or 50 years on the beach?
50 years behind the bar.
Really?
Really? 50 years behind this bar.
Okay.
Quite different.
That's good, yeah.
Quite different.
Yeah.
50 years behind it.
Classic music or electronic?
Classic music.
And one more special question. Tips. Good tips or one special kiss from a beautiful lady?
Oh my god. I need to say, oof,
Quick.
tips.
One more kisses, yeah?
I prefer money.
You have a wife, yeah?
I know.
Huh?
I have, but I'm married. Yeah.
It was
Sure.
a big pleasure for me.
No,
it was
it's
a big pleasure for me, and really, so maybe one of my best experiences.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your sharing. Thank you for you share the techniques and just describe us why it came like this. So I'm really happy
Thank you.
for this.
I remember it's not me, it's the bar. It's Boadas.
Yes,
Boadas.
so and now I'm
You are? You are Boadita.
Boadita.
You are a Boadita.
I'm Boadita.
Boadita. When you are a customer from Boadas and you fall in love with this bar, it's easy to fall in love with this bar.
I'm Boadita.
You are a Boadita.
Yeah.
You are part of our big family. A family of 85 years and thousands of members. Thank you for coming.
Cheers.
Thank you for all of this.
Muchísimas gracias.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Cheers. Enjoy.